But I'll be on it always, always and ever.
Hey queens, welcome back to my Queen Cave. My name is Shelby, Queen of the Queen Cave. And before we jump into today's recap, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. You already know the deal. I am so excited that The Real Housewives of Atlanta is finally coming out. I'm wondering why their seasons take so much longer to film and release than all the other franchises. But anyway, today we are recapping The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17, Episode 1, A Warm Welcome. First to start off, was anyone else completely confused as to this whole opening scene with Cynthia doing this dramatic turnaround? I honestly thought that was Angela. Like, when she turned around and I saw it was Cynthia, I was like, first of all, what are you doing here? And second of all, why do you look like Angela from the back? Third of all, what was the point of this like little tagline they have introduced in the beginning? What else is going on? Like, Cynthia, what else is going on for you? Because I don't understand why she's on the show, honestly. If we're going to have Cynthia, where's Nene at? But yeah, anyway, we are starting off with Angela and Charles. And this, I feel like, probably wasn't the best scene to start off with, in my opinion, because it's like, the marriage between the two of them was already convoluted, in my opinion. It was already like iffy, because the comments that Charles makes about Angela and their marriage is so like off-putting, and it would be so hurtful for me to hear if I was Angela. But I guess like they showed this footage of Charles like on a podcast, and they ask him a question of what made him want to get married, and he jokes around like, oh, he could have been drugged, X, Y, and Z, as if like he wasn't trying to get married. And Angela kind of laughs it off, and she plays as if she doesn't care, but clearly it hurts her feelings, as it would me. It's like, so what are you trying to say? And it seems like every time people ask Charles about, his marriage, it just comes off like he doesn't want to have any conversations about it. He doesn't seem enthused. He doesn't seem like he's like in love with his wife. And I feel like Angela should see these as clear red flags to do some digging and seeing like, what is the problem? Like, I wonder if he's like different off camera. Maybe he's like that on camera for whatever reason. He might not feel comfortable, whatever the case is. I just don't think this is a good way to combat that. Like, you're just kind of using your wife and your marriage as like this punching bag like joke, and it's not funny. It's confusing to me, and I don't understand it at all. She goes on to say in her confessional she's not going to clear up any rumors this year about her marriage. Any rumors that come her way, she's like, yep, I don't care, and I'm like, Angela, clearly you do care. Clearly it does bother you, and it should, because people are coming on here attacking your marriage as they did last season, with which I think was Phaedra that set up that guy to go over there and tell Angela in front of everyone at that event that Charles was cheating on her to try to humiliate her. I do believe that. So I don't buy this whole thing she's trying to sell of I don't care about what rumors are going around. Clearly you do. And then when she like stands up to try to hug him and get some affection, she's like, can I get some love and affection? And I'm like, you guys are married and you have to ask him for love and affection. I feel like when the relationship gets to that point, you have to ask for it. Like, it's over with. So I don't know why she's not seeing these things that everyone else is clearly seeing, but honestly, I was embarrassed for her. Like, she asked him to touch her butt. She asked him to feel on her and grab on her like husbands do. Yeah, he said no. What? No, you're my husband. Am I not supposed to be asking you to... No, I'm not supposed to be asking you. Am I not supposed to be expecting you to be giving me some affection, giving me something? He doesn't want to give her a damn thing. Like, I feel bad for Angela. And honestly, I hope that she leaves Charles, because it does not seem like he loves her the same way that she loves him. Next. So next we get over to Porsha and K. Michelle. And side note, I absolutely loved Porsha's leopard bodycon dress. That was so bomb. And a matching headband. Yes, that was so cute. I would definitely get something like that. But we get into K. Michelle, and I used to watch K. Michelle on Love and Hip Hop when she was on that show, and I actually liked her on there. So to see that she was coming onto this show, I was really interested to see how she would fare with the ladies on this show and in this type of environment and setting. And I wanted to see if she would act the same way that she did on Love and Hip Hop, but it seems as if there will be some spiciness coming back from her side when it comes down to this season. So I can't wait to see some of that go down. But we do see that she has transitioned over into country music. That's what she's always had more of a passion for anyway. So it seems like she is happy, she's thriving. We do get the information that she got married to a dentist. So I'm happy to see that she's happy and she's in a much better place than she was the last time I saw her on TV. Porsha and Simon's divorce has officially been finalized, which surprised me. I'm like, that was a lot quicker than some other housewives that shall not be named that took forever to finalize their divorces. But anyway, she is now ready to start dating again. And I'm like, already? Like, girl, relax. When do you have time to heal and take time for yourself and be single? Like, I don't understand this bebopping around into different relationships every few years. It's like, can you sit down somewhere? Can you focus on yourself, more self-love, focus on some more self-awareness that she seems to severely lack? So I just don't understand why she is so gung-ho on trying to always be in a relationship so bad. But yeah, anyway, she's hosting like this date night at her house, and she's going to invite all the girls, including Shamia and their partners. And speaking of Shamia, they do not have a relationship by any means at this point. After last season and their falling out, they just severed their ties of being friends, and Porsha references Shamia as her ex-best friend. So I thought that was extra and so annoying, and I'm like, you know what? If we're not going to get any new information on their friendship in a real, like, genuine state, I don't want to hear about it. I just feel like this whole issue they have with each other is so juvenile. It's so pointless. It's like, you guys are arguing over some shit that happened so long ago, and now it's being brought back up on the show, I guess for some ratings or whatever the fuck. And it's just sad to see, in my opinion, both of you guys are willing to destroy your friendship over this show. Like, it just seems both of you guys have done and said things that are below the belt, things that should have not been said and gone around to the rest of the group. It just seems like both of y'all are whack as fuck when it comes to friendships. Next, we get over to Porsha's house for the dinner date that she's hosting, and that Simon jump scare, somebody in production played, and they are so wrong. That shit scared the fuck out of me. What the fuck was that even for? Whose idea was that? Girls start pulling up to Porsha's house, and Drew comes up, and I forgot all about her because she's the only one that hasn't had any camera time up until this point. So I'm like wondering, Drew, is your spot on this show like in trouble? Because you're the only one that is not getting any like solo camera time yet. Everybody else that I think everyone else in the cast up until now has had at least some sort of camera time. This is the first time we're seeing Drew this whole time, so I don't feel that's a good sign. But she brings her date, quote date, because we already knew she was a liar last season, but they were asking her about Black and if she was dating Black, and she was denying it, X, Y, and Z, we're just friends, blah, blah, blah. But now she's bringing him as her date, not in person, no, on her phone for a FaceTime. And I'm like, Drew, are you fucking serious?
Okay.
Phaedra arrives and she says hi to everyone except for Angela. They still have beef from what happened last season. From what I believe, Phaedra setting up Angela to have that man come to that event and expose that Charles was cheating on her. And Phaedra wanted to be like, who said that? Like, basically, that's a 2.0 situation, because it's like, girl, you have shown your character on this show many times, especially that whole Kenny situation. So I'm not putting anything past Phaedra that she would do some stink shit like that. K. Michelle and Drew meet, and K. Michelle seems to have some good energy towards her. She's trying to be friendly. Hi, hello, how are you? And Drew just being weird. She's just giving her this weird energy, looking at her from the side. And I'm like, what is the problem, Drew? Like, is this not your guys' first time meeting? Like, why are you kind of coming at her like you already have a problem? And in her confessional, she throws some kind of shade, in my opinion. She's like, K. Michelle was a singer, is a singer, right? And I'm like, girl, stop playing. Like, you know K. Michelle is in the country scene. You know she's doing her thing. Stop hating. Porsha brings out her date, and I thought she was going to bring out the girl that she's with now. Like, the girlfriend, I think she has a girlfriend. I saw her with some girl. So I thought that she was going to bring out the girl that she brings out in the next episode. So I was surprised to see that Mike was there. I was like, wait, who is this? But that's why when she talks about their like timeline later on in the episode, of how they met, everything is just all over the place. And Porsha herself is all over the place. I just wonder, like, girl, why do you feel the need to be going around and getting in this and getting in that with everybody? It's like, are you not tired? You're not tired of being back and forth with all these different people? Like, you don't want to sit down somewhere and relax and just focus on yourself? Your kids? Oh. Anyway, but a quick scene over to Shamia's house. We are meeting Pinky for the first time and her husband, and we get a full rundown on her, all her accomplishments, and as she said, she is that girl, and I can't wait to learn some more about her. But we also do learn in this scene that Gerald is not going to make it to the party because of his flight complications or issues, so Shamia knows that she has to hurry up and go to the party because she's already late as fuck, and everyone else has been waiting on her. But as she gets to the party and she meets up with Porsha to do their greetings, it's awkward as fuck and it's fake as fuck. And I'm like, if that was me, we could skip the hugs, we can skip all the extra fakeness, because I don't want to do that. If we're not cool, I don't want you to touch me. So I just felt like the entire thing was fake as fuck and just unnecessary. Like, just skip it. And right off the bat, everyone's talking shit about each other already. Like, Phaedra's in her confessional talking about Shamia and her body. Kelly's talking about Pinky, saying that she's not a girl's girl. K. Michelle's talking about Shamia's body and her hair, and she's basically saying that Porsha's party was a low-budget Tyler Perry movie. So, yeah, I am interested to see why these girls already have so much issue with each other and why they're already talking shit, because it's like the season just started. They now start playing this game. They start asking each other questions, and Drew immediately is being petty and shady towards Shamia, and she's asking her like where Gerald is, and Shamia's like, well, he's traveling. And then Drew just starts being petty, saying all this extra stuff for Shamia, and I'm like wondering, where is this coming from, Drew? Like, you barely have any camera time as it is. Like, why are you already coming for Shamia's neck? Like, I get it if you guys had some issues last season, you may not be over that. I don't know what other reason you could be giving as to why you are having this kind of energy for Shamia, but I was confused about that and I was annoyed with Drew already. But they talk about Shamia's like apology video. I didn't see it, so this was the first time I saw it, and I'm wondering why she felt the need to put an apology video out. Like, I'm confused as to why she did that. Like, if you felt the need to apologize for something, why not just speak to these people directly? Like, why does everything need to be so performative and let's let everyone see it? Like, I don't understand that, and I just find that to be so disingenuous about Shamia in that, right? Because it's just like, again, why wouldn't you want to pull these people to the side in private and have a conversation? That, I feel like that would be your apology being genuine and sincere. You're not having an audience for everyone to see your apology, and it seemed like you weren't really apologizing for anything. It was more of like a, if I did something to upset you, I'm sorry. It's like, that's not an apology. You're not taking accountability for anything. That's just more of like a, here, damn. Like, I said it so I can say I apologize, not because I really meant it, you know? They now get on Drew's ass and they question her about her friendship with Angela after she was questioning the receipts Angela brought about the whole, Phaedra and Charles cheating X, Y, and Z thing. And we find out from Phaedra that after that whole thing went down with Angela accusing Phaedra of setting that whole thing up and Drew backing Angela, Drew goes over to Phaedra saying that she wants to get to know her more, she wants to be her friend, and Phaedra looking at her sideways like, what? You were just backing the girl that was accusing me of doing X, Y, and Z. Now you want to be my friend? Like, Drew's fake as fuck. Like, literally, she has no loyalty, I guess, to anybody. And that's not to say that she can't be friends with whoever she wants. We're all grown people, you know? But it's just like, you can't be over here doubling down with the person that's accusing someone of doing something. You're on that person's side. You're basically saying, yeah, I agree. I feel like this person is doing these shady things to you. And then you want to go behind your friend's back and now be friends with the person that is supposedly trying to set them up and humiliate them. Like, make it make sense, Drew. Like, I always knew that Drew was kind of shysty and fake, but I still liked her enough to like want to root for her in a way. But as the seasons go on, I'm just kind of seeing more and more about Drew that I don't like. Like, she's just a fake ass bitch and she's a fucking liar. Like, there's nothing out of her mouth that I feel like you can trust. After that whole comment that she made about her being Michael Jordan's cousin, I was like, oh yeah, I don't trust a damn thing she says by any means, because I believed her. I looked it up and everything. And I was like, What the fuck, Drew? You lying ass bitch. You made me go through Google and do a fact check, and you are lying. Like, I guess we should have already known she can't be trusted for all the rest of the lies that she's been saying these other parts of the season. But yeah, that was interesting to get on her ass. And of course, Drew does her whole thing, acting clueless. She doesn't know what's going on. What? Me? That didn't happen? I'm like, ugh. Drew, this whole act is so old, stale, and boring. I just feel like you should understand your time on this season seems like it's about to be up. Now the topic gets over to Phaedra and Angela, with Angela saying that some woman approached her at a Hawks game. I guess it was trying to threaten her, or I guess Angela took what she said as a threat. She said like, "Hi, I'm the one with hands," something like that. And this has something to do with Phaedra, I guess, sending her over there. I don't know if that's what Angela was trying to say in terms of accusing Phaedra of having that woman be anywhere near her. I don't understand the whole like situation. And if anyone else understands what Angela was trying to say with that whole thing, please explain to me in the comments, because I didn't understand it. But this whole commotion becomes to be too much for K. Michelle. She's already been in this chaotic environment with women at her last show that she was at with Love and Hip Hop. So at this point, she wants to have peace. She doesn't want to do the back and forth, the drama, the yelling, the screaming. She wants to be in a good, peaceful mindset, a good, peaceful, relaxing environment. She leaves to go sit with her husband and the rest of the men to get away from all the chaos, and Angela runs after her to bring her back, and that irritated the fuck out of me. Like, Angela, leave her alone. If she wants to get away from all the extra to have her own peace, let her do that. I don't understand why she felt the need to run after her. That shit was so annoying. But on the other hand, like, K. Michelle needs to understand what she signed up for, though. Like, if you're gonna walk away based off of this, like, commotion that's going on, and this is, I feel like, in my opinion, this is tame. This is nowhere near how bad it usually gets with the back and forth screaming matches with the ladies. So I just feel like if she can't handle this, how is she gonna survive the rest of the season? Kelly, for some reason, now tries to insert herself into this whole Porsha Shamia beef, and she's trying to have them talk it out, and Porsha shuts it down immediately. She's like, you know what? Everything going on between me and Shamia is going to be between me and Shamia. I'm not going to tell anyone else our business. And I'm thinking you should have did that the first, like, last season. Like, you already kind of bypassed all of that and crossed all boundary lines, you and Shamia, of what a friendship should be, regardless if you guys are falling out or not. So I understand it, but on the other hand, I don't, because you guys didn't do that in the first place. And now that everyone else is kind of involved because you both made everyone else involved by telling them your information, now you want to tell everyone else it's none of your business, stay out of it. Like, I don't think it works that way. But Porsha says that she doesn't want to get into a confrontation with Kelly as of now at the party because she is hosting, so she wants to keep things nice and cute and cordial, but she does plan on confronting her in the next episode. And when she does, things get real spicy because she calls her out for allegedly, quote, sleeping with a married man. So I'm like, ooh, this is gonna get so juicy and so good. And the next episode is when Porsha brings her now girlfriend Sway into the picture. So we shall get some more information on that. But that is going to wrap up this recap for episode 1. Let me know how you felt about episode 1 in the comments down below. If you did like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I wanna thank you guys so much for spending time with me and watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!